Hey, Shalom. This is YAHAWAH with the GMS Dallas camp. Okay, first off, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach him real well. And salutations to the occupants scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, keeping his word in truth and sincerity. I just want to go into a quick video going into a few things that I read, you know what I'm saying? Because we all know, the characteristics of the devil that the Bible speaks of, you know what I'm saying? And those are things that we need to look out for, you know what I'm saying, to be able to understand and tell who the devil is, all right? Who has that spirit of Satan about him, okay? And one of those, and many of those characteristics are described in the scriptures, okay? So whenever you meet somebody or a people, any people that represents a nation and a nation itself, period, you'll be able to link those characteristics to them and be able to tell that, okay, and according to prophecy as well, you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to say, okay, so this says this, and according to this, these people will do this and do that, you know what I'm saying, it's pretty much all I'm trying to say is that we know who Esau, the devil, that man that has the spirit of Satan, like we know who he is, and we know and understand that to be the so-called self-proclaimed white man, okay, according to how he is and what he's doing and been doing in the planet Earth and with the nations of the earth, okay. So I'm gonna read this. Okay, this is Wisdom of Solomon, the first chapter, the 15th verse. Says, "For righteousness is immortal." Right. So if you, if you keep to that righteousness, then you will be immortal. The Revelations talks about those men that were found without guile, that were not defiled by women. You know what I'm saying? Those men that were found without guile. You know what I'm saying? That kept to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi and had that faith. You know what I'm saying? Of course, some are going to have to die, but some will live forever, will be delivered, via them chariots. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, verse 16, it says, "But ungodly men with their works and words called it to them." Okay, so like I'm going to read verse 14 so we can read this and understand why it said that. Okay, so verse 13, it says, "For the Most High made not death, neither had he pleasure in the destruction of the living, for he created all things." You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High made not death, neither had he pleasure in the destruction of the living. You know what I'm saying? Going into his elect. You know what I'm saying? Going into the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Because, really, we were supposed to, like it says right there, for righteousness is immortal. That's the condition we were supposed to stay in. You know what I'm saying? The Most High didn't make us just so he could have pleasure in destroying us. You know what I'm saying? The reason we are being destroyed is because we went off. He laid our he gave us the guidelines, told us, hey, do this, don't do that. If you do this, these are the consequences. We in those consequences. We facing those consequences. That's why it says, neither hath he pleasure in the destruction of the living. Okay? For he created, so us being put to death, our people being destroyed, all these consequences, all this disease is because our consequences because we strayed from the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, okay? So let's see, verse 14. "For he created all things that they might have their being, and the generations of the world were healthful, and there is no poison of destruction in them, nor the kingdom of death upon the earth." Right? For righteousness is immortal, but ungodly men with their works and words called it to them. For when they thought to have it their friend, they consumed to naught and made a covenant with it, because they are worthy to take part of it. Those ungodly men. You know what I'm saying? Them whoever goes against the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, man. And right now you have the so-called white man being that opposition, being that opposite force. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You got the good versus evil, man. You got Jacob versus Esau. You know what I'm saying? So where it says right there, for when they thought to have it their friend, they consumed to naught and made a covenant with it, because they are worthy to take part of it. Okay, now if we jump back, over to chapter 3, okay, it says, but the souls, okay, you know what, I'm gonna jump down just to make that point. It says, for who despises wisdom, let's see, yeah, verse 10, it says, you know what, we'll start at verse 9. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. Talking about, you know, whoever follows after the ways of YAHAWASHI shall withstand with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, you know, that says, you know, the Most High will fight for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta do what he says for him, for you to be to abide with him. You know what I'm saying? For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he had cared for his elect. Right there, you go. Verse 10. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. Right? For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain. Their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. Their wives are foolish, and their children are wicked. You know, and that can go into anybody. You know what I'm saying? Their offspring is cursed. Wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled, which have not known the sinful bed. Okay, you know what? Oh, Salakia. Yeah, you know, this is a good one too. But the point I thought I was thinking of, you know, because I've been reading these few Wisdom of Solomon, a few chapters. But the point is right here. It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, who do you have doing that right now, man? Who is oppressing the poor righteous man? You know, that poor righteous man representing the elect of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And Israel, and you know, period. You know what I'm saying? It says, let us not reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age, man. And that's how you have Esau, man. He don't give a fuck about nobody. He don't care about kids. He don't care about no damn old aged men. Okay? He don't care about none of us except for himself. Man, he don't even care really about his own people, man. That's why you got these low-level Edomites living in conditions like our people. You know what I'm saying? But you know, but the majority of them are always well off. You know what I'm saying? They got good jobs, got nice place to live, always in good living in good neighborhoods, so-called good neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if he really did give a shit about his own people, you know, he'd have all his people on. You know what I'm saying? All Edomites would be in that well-off condition. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we out there doing. You know what I'm saying? We out there upbraiding them for offending the law. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, so they wait for us, man. They wait and lie and, you know, plot against us to destroy us as a people. You know what I'm saying? But now they're looking at us, you know, all these other camps, man. And Esau taking notes, man. He's about to, like brother say, man, he about to roll through and get all of them motherfuckers, man. But we understand those men that we're going to be following after the correct path are going to be all right, like the scriptures say. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, you know, that's something I want to go into real quick. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.